On May 15th of 2019, I graduated from the New School with a major in screen studies and a minor in film production. I couldn't see myself getting a job and working in an office. I desperately wanted to leave the city I had loved so dearly. So, I cut my hair, moved out of the apartment, and started traveling using some money I had saved up from some modeling jobs back in the day.
We're going to take you through a fun flag tie-dye project.
It's fun to hang around your room or for parties, and it's an awesome project.
Yeah, let's get started.
I went on a couple of surf trips because that's what I love to do. First, I went to Fiji with my family. We stayed there for about a week, caught some of the best waves of my life. Shortly after, I decided to travel to Indonesia with a buddy of mine, Ian. There, I met Joel, a young German kid who had recently fallen in love with surfing. He invited me to travel around Europe in his van for 10 weeks. I was ecstatic, nervous, excited. Long story short, I said yes. This is the story of our trip across Europe. Woohoo! So, we'll be sleeping up there.
I'm entering the space.
Oh, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice and comfortable.
What a weird place to be. It's like a place that doesn't actually exist.
Stuff in here.
Super key.
Hey! Yeah, come home safe. Yeah, have as many waves as possible and as much fun. Okay.
Have fun.
And I love you guys. You did so much for me.
Really praying the boards in there. Yeah, baby! This is sick storage. We are entering Switzerland and we're about to talk to the police. Should I turn my GoPro off? It's oh, and the police said, come on in, baby! Yeah! Wow, and we're on the road. What time is it? 8:30. A bit behind schedule. First night sleeping in the van. We drove how many hours? Six. And we're somewhere in France. We started to check the forecast and we were seeing an incredible swell heading for Mundaka. Although we wanted to hit France on the way down to Spain, we could not miss this swell. We skipped France and headed straight down to Mundaka. First night in the van. Shall we? Sick, mate. A few days later, we ran into a buddy of ours named Max from Australia. Little did we know we would travel with this kid for the next 6 weeks. Set up! Oh, I'm excited. Look at this dinner. Woo! A few days later, he picked up his girlfriend and suddenly there was a team of 4 traveling.
We haven't found that spot yet.
Our dinners got more elaborate, our meals got more complicated. Life was good. Living in the van has its ups and its downs, pros and cons. The ability to pack up our stuff, chase down some waves, and head down the coast in any direction, definitely a pro. A con, not really having a place to hang out, spending too much time with your travel partner. That's definitely a con. Ew! But ultimately, we're meeting lots of different people on the road, surfing new waves every day, going out on the weekends, partying on Saturdays, surfing our brains out on every other day of the week, making so much food, traveling in different countries, speaking Spanish, Portuguese, English, the occasional Italian, and the surf wasn't always good. We'd be out in the middle of nowhere with a deck of cards, a 6-pack, and nothing to do for days.
What do you give me?
It's a 7. I give you nothing, I take it.
One thing I learned on this trip was patience. Halfway through the trip, I was surfing a very heavy slab, went over the falls, and sliced up my heel. I ended up going to the hospital. Beautiful thing about that is that nobody charged me a penny.
Yeah, I got 2 barrels. Ended up in the hospital. And I should have filmed it, but it was pretty gnarly. It was like basically try to take off on this wave. I didn't commit, and then pencil dived out of it. Smacked my ass in the bottom. It was like a big ass cut on my ass. And it just sucks. Like,
I spent a few weeks out of the water, and this was probably the hardest part of the trip. I try to put things into perspective. And just enjoying the adventure as it unfolded was so enlightening for me. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it's that stepping out of your comfort zone is always a good thing.
Go full on, bro, go full on.
Go for it! What was that?
If you have the opportunity to travel, take it.